All right, everybody, we're going to talk about something that's quite important in Photoshop, which is what a layer mask is. Okay. So, what is a Photoshop layer mask? A Photoshop layer mask offers advanced control over image transparency, one of the most basic functionalities of Photoshop. Because of their fundamental nature, every Photoshop user should have a working understanding of layer masks and how to use them. They open huge doors to create possibilities and help Photoshop users knock out simple tasks as well. So, Photoshop layer masks control the transparency of the layer they are worn by. In other words, the areas of a layer that are hidden by a layer mask actually become transparent, allowing image information from lower layers to show through. So, you can imagine a layer mask is a non destructive way of editing your photos, meaning all the adjustments and all the effects are created on the layer mask instead of the actual pictures that you use. This allows the person that uses a layer mask to edit efficiently and expedite any mistakes or anything like that. So it's easy to make any adjustments instead of going back and starting over. Imagine that you have an assignment and you have about 10 layers and you someone asks you to change something or something spelled wrong. It's easy to go back into that layer on that layer mask and change that particular mask instead of going back through the whole picture and doing the whole process over again. To use a simple analogy, Photoshop layer masks work similar to masquerade ball masks. These masks hide some areas of a person's face and reveal others, often the eyes, nose, and mouth. Similarly, Photoshop layer masks can be used to hide and reveal sections of a layer. So why do we use a layer mask? I mean, can I just use the eraser tool to remove parts of an image? And the answer is yes. However, if you do use those parts of the image, will be lost forever. That method resides in what we consider a destructive workflow. Okay, so that is a destructive way, meaning you're destroying those pixels, you're removing those pixels, and they can't be brought back. Okay, layer masks, on the other hand, leave the original layer pixel data untouched. This means you can play with the transparency in a multitude of ways without harming the layer content or creating an irreversible mess. So essentially, masking allows you to show or hide details in an image. To understand masking, think of black paper. If you cut a hole in the paper and place it on top of an image, you will only see the part of the image which was under the hole. So, with that being said, white shows and black hides. So, black is going to hide what's on the layer below it, and white will reveal it. Okay, that's why layer masks, you only use white, black, and gray. They only see, uh, they don't see color. Okay, let's look at the same example, but now with two images on top of each other. We're going to mask the one on top with black paper and white and a hole in it. You can only see through the white hole, while the black paper will hide the other parts of the masked image, image one, to reveal image two. So as you can see, we place the mask on top, okay? And then there's the image underneath, and it will reveal what's below it. So that's how you get that final image, the masked image on the right. They mask those two, image one and image two, remain untouched, okay? The pixels are not removed, they are as they were. But the mask allows those images to pass through those layers. Okay. This is this can be a difficult concept at first, but does allow for amazing effects in Photoshop. Uh, some of the future projects we're going to be doing will all involve layer masks, and it's hard in Photoshop to avoid using a layer mask. It makes the editing process way more easy than just cutting it out. You get smoother cutouts, you get easier cutouts, you have better effects, and using layer masks, using the layers, using clipping masks all add to the effects that Photoshop um, can do. So, understanding what a layer mask does is really important. Okay. Just a little insight on what a layer mask is, and you'll be able to as soon as more and more that we go forward with projects, you will understand further how to use a layer mask. All right, guys, if you have any questions, let me know.